We just come with that new sound. And once that new wave comes, then everybody got to jump on the wave. Like everybody's following this other wave right now, if you haven't noticed. It went from our wave to like, you know, I'm not saying no names, man, but new wave coming. Taylor Gang or Die, you already know what to do. Beach House is, it's like been my little mixtape series, which turned into a deal at Atlantic and an EP that had Paranoid and Ornaw and all type of platinum, quadruple platinum hits. And then now I'm coming back with my sophomore album called Beach House 3. Beach House to me is like a metaphor for like success, right? It's like a higher plane of existence where you meet all your goals and shit, and then you like turn back around and you bring your homies and, you know, show them what it is. So maybe like everybody will be inspired to reach that higher plane of existence. So that's what Beach House is to me. When I was a kid, my mom and pops would take us to this lot in Palos Verdes. That's back in California. It's like a little beach area. And there was this one lot where we would all get out the car and shit, and there was plans of them building this crib, and this was our room here, and this was the kitchen here, and this was where the pool was gonna go, all that shit, right? So it was just like a big ass dream, but they broke up. I kept the dream going. I kept the music dream going, and this shit happened, so I figured, fuck it, the Beach House will happen too. But beyond all the literal shit, it's that metaphor for like success. Pops was in a band back in the day and always had instruments around. So I picked up all the instruments, learned how to play bass, guitar, play keys, learned how to program and sequence and record myself, and now I'm using that shit. Lakeside, my pops played in that band and many other bands, but that was like his most, like the longest time he spent with a band was with them for sure. I was around music. Pops was friends with like, just like how I'm friends with all the different people in the industry now, and Jalen gets to, you know, meet all of them, and we go bowling with Wiz Khalifa or Jeremiah or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Pops was the same way, to where he would have Rick James or Tina Marie or like one of those, or Earth, Wind and Fire, Philip Bailey or something, and I'm just a kid just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in South Central is like all different types of shit you can get into, from, you know, being a nerd to, you know, being a gang member to, at that time, to being a jerker. You know what I'm saying? It was all different types of shit to get into. I always did music. I was playing in churches, playing the bass. I never really let people know I could sing like that, but I always had little groups here and there that I was forming with homies, and like just always recording and buying records and DJing parties and shit, and like learning how to play guitar on my own and keys and making beats, and like people would always come to my little home studios. I had one in the back of my grandmother's crib over there off of Claudina in Washington. And we would just make songs and make songs and make songs. Me and YG came in the game together for sure. He definitely helped change my life. My big homie, Big B, brought me YG, and he was like, yo, I want you to work with this kid. At first, when I heard this shit, I thought it was weak. I ain't even gonna lie. I said it to his face. The third song we ever did together was Tooted and Booted, and that's like the song that like brought me in the game, so my opinion definitely didn't fucking matter. Shout out to YG, man. Shout out to Mustard. They down there recording right now. His new album's about to be crazy as fuck. When I met YG, what he brought to the table was like, yo, let's fucking get the fuck out of the studio and go throw a party, or go perform here, go perform at the motorcycle club. And then, you know, then Joe Moses came along, and then this guy came along, TC came along. We formed a big ass crew, and we just took over the city and then took over the world. And some of us kept on working, some of us, other life happened, you know what I'm saying? It's cool to see a lot of us, like whether it be we're the artists or we're the producers, or some of us that you never would have thought was gonna do anything, A&Rs at motherfucking record labels and shit. And then there's those of us that are making excuses and shit. And Man, just do your shit. I promise you, like, whatever you want to do, you can do it if you really want it. Dollar sign motivational, massive pill, let's get it. Originally with Wiz, the link was my homie Terrace Martin, and this is while the Ty and Corey thing was going on, and Wiz was still smoking Swishers, and he had Say Yeah out, and he was signed to Warner Brothers, and that was just like a cool vibe. But then once I put out Beach House 1, he hit me up on Twitter. And by the way, that goes from MySpace times to Twitter times, right? And then fucking during Twitter time, he hit me up on the DM like, yo, we listen to this Beach House shit every day, you know, on tour or whatever, they were on tour. And I'm like, yo, whenever you get back, let's link up. First time we linked up, it was at Encore in Burbank. And we did like 11 songs in one night. And I met Will, and I told Will that Atlantic was gonna sign me, and you know, I know they had a management company, and I'm like, yo, y'all should manage me. So I got him and Kevin Liles at the time to manage me, and we took off. To be honest, man, I just love weed. I always tell people it's not for everybody. Don't judge me. Don't be like me. You don't gotta smoke just because I'm smoking. If it's bothering you, I'll move over, you know? Like, I just like weed. It's just a personal thing. I wouldn't say that when I make songs, it helps me because I'll do my like sober month out of the year, sober 2 months, and still make dope songs. It's no difference. Listening to like shit that everybody else is not listening to, you know, digging in crates and shit still. Whoever's parents have old vinyl and shit, I wanna know. I'm coming through, I wanna check it out. I listen to a lot of KCRW, my homie Anthony Valadez, cause he plays a lot of dope ass shit. I work out all the time, you know, I travel, I just chill, you know? I have a good time. There's this one place we all go called Pins, where you might see any of us, you know what I'm saying? You might see whoever up in that thing. And we just bowl, like, who gives a fuck? You wanna take a picture, cool. I'm a regular dude too. Wiz is incredible. 200s every time. I love it. I'm not like 200 every time, but I love it, and I'm probably gonna get there, because anything that I love that much, I always like go to the top. There's this guy that I found out from Anthony, and his name is Serpent with Feet. He stays out here in New York, and he is the best male vocalist I've heard in a long time. I hit him up, and hopefully we get to do something, but that's probably the dopest new artist. Of course, 24 Hours, he's coming up. You know, we're building up on the Hot 100. He's like my other favorite, and I'm excited to see his whole shit go from Royce Rizzy to now 24, and like motherfuckers are waking up and like actually like giving it a chance, and the shit's going all the way to the top because he's a very talented guy. So him and Made in Tokyo, shout out to the whole Private Club.